This is 18 WJTS. Thanks for watching. I'm Bill Potter. Made my way to the Town Hall of Ferdinand, Indiana, as we're going to do Monday with the Manager today with the Town Manager, Chris James. And Chris, here it is fall, and one thing we want to talk about is leaf pickup.
That is correct, Bill. We've been picking leaves up here in Ferdinand. We started middle of October, kind of got a jump start on the process when there weren't a lot of leaves down. Now we're obviously in the heart of the literal fall foliage season, but our crews get out. Monday's always our trash day, and then starting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we try to make one complete circuit through town and try to get as many of the leaves as we can. We've tried to tighten up that a little bit this year, where we're not doubling back and picking up extra leaves from places where we've already kind of crossed their neighborhood. So if they rake one day, we'll get those. If they rake the next, it'll wait until next week, just to help streamline the process as much as possible. We ask folks to get the leaves raked as close to curbside, if not right into the actual gutter pan as possible, just to make it a little easier on our crews as they bring the big vac truck through and suck the leaves up. We will rake them in off of the grass between the sidewalk and the curb if need be. Where we lose a lot of time is if we go too deep into a person's yard to rake down. We've been very nice, and we will spend the extra 10 to 15 minutes doing so. Ideally, the closer you can get all of your leaves to the curb, the better, because it allows us to suck them up quicker and move up to the next house on the stop. And those 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes that we would spend raking in the yard, we could use that time getting someone else's property and try to get through town a little bit quicker. So that's what we like to do. We actually have a couple of pictures on our Facebook page that you can kind of see the proper way and the not so proper way. So go to the Ferdinand, Indiana Facebook page and you can see those pictures, and you know how you need to have your leaves raked.
Is there a place that somebody, especially with the wind that we had this past weekend, where they've got a lot of limbs in their yard, and I don't mean limbs, I mean branches. Is there someplace they can take those?
We do have our co-op site. It's on the intersection of West 23rd Street and the industrial bypass, the north side of the bypass road. That's available 7 days a week, usually 7 a.m. till at least 7 p.m., maybe a little bit later depending on the time of year, as folks get things taken care of. But that's available. If folks want to rake their leaves and haul them out there, they're welcome to do that. If they don't want to leave them in the yard all day or all week and make it not look as pretty as they want it to, they're welcome to bag them up, haul them out, and unload them out there, and the branches and the limbs as well. And anybody who may still have the remnants of their summer/fall garden that they want to get the plants yanked out and dropped off, they can do that as well at that site.
You're working on a water main right now?
We are working on a water main. When we had our hydrant flushing about 2 months ago, there was a few sections of pipe along East 3rd Street that started to spring some leaks. And when they got in to do some of the repair work, found where that line had been previously repaired, not just once, but a couple of times within a fairly short duration of pipe. So we knew we could put another patch on it, and eventually it's going to kick up again. So we decided to go ahead and replace out as much of that bad line as we can. We've cleared one block from Highway 162 and I've crossed the intersection at Maryland Street. That part is done. This week we're going to be working between Maryland and Carolina, so there will be some road closures at different times of the day through the week as folks travel through there. They may need to alter their route a little bit to get to a spot, but otherwise we're trying to get as much of that done yet this fall and even into the winter as temperature allows. Then next spring, once all of that is done and we've got the service connections hooked to the homes, then our pavers are going to come in and put down the paving. All of the other streets have been paved in town, and that was a section that was supposed to be done. CalCar was nice enough to say, we'll wait till spring. You guys take care of your water line, then we'll come in and make it pretty instead of paving new, and then we go right in and start tearing things up. Folks wouldn't react real well to that, so we're trying to be cognizant of everything right there.
Hard to believe that we're already at the holiday season, and I know Huntingburg this weekend, it's their Huntingburg Stroll is going on, but Ferdinand's got a special weekend next weekend, which would be the 12th and 13th? 19th. No, 19th and 20th. Look over at the calendar to see what I was looking at. 19th and 20th.
Yes, it'll be the 25th Ferdinand Chris Kindlemart. So our quarter century anniversary, I think is that the silver anniversary. I'm not sure. I haven't been married that long, so I don't know that one yet. But it's our 25-year anniversary with the Chris Kindlemart. We've got the same 6 locations through town. Give or take 200 vendors, and we still have interest coming in. I get a lot of calls, even though the town doesn't have direct involvement with it. I still get calls from folks asking, which weekend is it? Are they taking vendors? Your best bet is on the weekend of. Hook up with the site supervisor and say, how do I get on the list to possibly go into this, or am I in the right spot? Because they try to coordinate it where similar themed things are in the same area. But that's the 19th and 20th. Come into Ferdinand. Good luck with the traffic because it's going to be, especially on that Saturday, the 19th, we have a literal blue million people in town. The police department has worked up a really good plan for as much traffic control as possible, and they've coordinated with Chris Kindlemart folks to make sure everybody's on the same page. So we ask that you use patience because there'll be times where it's going to be a little bit backlogged, even with the process that we take to try to keep things flowing smoothly. Just be patient. A lot of times find one place to park, leave your vehicle there. Shuttles and or foot traffic will get you to other locations, and then you don't have to worry about constantly moving and searching for a parking space. As long as you remember where you've parked at to begin with, then you'll be good at the end of the day.
For some reason in my mind, I can remember there was a rule: always go right. Is that kind of help?
That does help, and actually two of our heaviest traveled intersections, 18th Street, which leads to the community center, and 16th Street, which leads to the Y and to the library. There will actually be a long string of cones and traffic sticks on the road that basically force you to turn right. No left turn will be allowed. You take that right turn, and if you need to cut back over, go down so far and branch off on the side streets and loop around, or just kind of go with the flow and continue right turns until you get back where you want to. But yeah, right turn only at 16th and 18th Street intersections. The other locations, it's not quite as bad, as most folks want to turn right to get further uptown. So again, patience and just kind of go with the flow as best you can. Find that one parking spot and utilize the trolleys and the shuttles that we'll have in town. They'll get you where you need to go, and then they'll eventually get you back to where you started the day so you can find your vehicle and head home with your goodies.
All right, so the Chris Kindlemart is the 19th and 20th of November. That's the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So you can make your plans. But please, as you mentioned, use patience because there really is a lot of traffic and a lot of people walking around through Ferdinand, which is great. But just be patient and you'll find your way around. Sometimes you may think you're going all the way out Vienna Drive and coming back. But don't worry, you go to the convent because that's one of the sites.
There you go.
All right, Chris, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
We have been in Ferdinand at the Ferdinand Town Hall talking with Chris James, the town manager. This has been Monday with the Manager on 18 WJTS.